Hi, so for this video, I am going to show you how to take a lesson and to make it more interactive using Pear Deck. So I went ahead and I kind of made a lesson based on one of the third grade science lessons. The first one that we do is about tugboat wars, where the kids learn about forces, and they have this little activity of looking at the sizes of forces to determine which way a barge is going to move. So I kind of went through the lesson. I put this really simple, really quick lesson together just to kind of show you some of those tools. So they talk about tugboat wars. They have the kids watch a video. There's a bit of a discussion about what do you notice in the video, kind of introduce the vocabulary, another video, and then this is kind of the hands-on part. So they talk about how there's tugboats and they kind of have this war of one on each side of the barge to see which one's going to win. So they have it set up where if we were in school, the kids would cut out arrows and place them on their little barge paper. But for this, I kind of made it for my students just to kind of look at some of those questions of how many forces and then which way they're going. And then there's kind of like a wrap up at the end. So I have this simple lesson. I want it to be interactive for my kids. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to add-ons, and I already have it, but the first thing you're going to do if you don't have Pear Deck is you're going to press Get Add-ons, and in the search you're going to click Pear Deck, and then you're going to install it. So I have the check, mine is already installed. So what that means is my add-on is always going to sit here. I always have Pear Deck, and the nice thing about this is you can make a Google Slideshow and put the Pear Deck in there afterwards, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and open my Pear Deck. And I have the free version, so there's not that many options for me to use. I can have a text question, a choice question, a number question, and a website. So I'm going to focus on these three, the text, the choice, and the number today. So looking at my lesson, I've got an introduction, I've got a video, and then I want my kids to type in something that they notice about the video. So for me, I'm going to make this a text question because I want them to write a sentence. So I'm going to hit text. It's going to think about it. And it's going to show up with a little bar on the bottom. That's all you need to do for now. It will look different when the kids log in and do the activities, but for you, that's all you need. So it's going to be a write a response. My next page is just information, a video, some more information. So for this one, I have a question. How many forces are acting on the tugboat? So for this one, since they want to put in a number, how many forces, I'm going to click on this number question. It's going to add it in there. Perfect. Let's look at my next one. Which way will the tugboat move based on the force? So for this one, maybe I want it to be a multiple choice. Click on choice. It can go to the right, to the left. It will not move. So put my choices in there. It's going to save those options. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Go to choice. Right, left, it will not move, update. Got one more example. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give them some choices. Right, left, it will not move, update. And then looking at this last one, I want them to kind of complete the sentence. One thing I learned about forces today is, so I'm going to click on that text one. Perfect. So now my slides are done. I've put my questions in there to make it more interactive. What you need to do is you're going to start your lesson. So there's two ways to do this. You can do it as a student-paced mode. So that would be more if you were sending something to your students that they were doing on their own. You can choose student-paced activity. You can also do instructor-paced where you're all kind of doing it together. So then you can see the answers that your kids are typing in there kind of like in real time. You can go over them and talk about it. Just to be easy, I'm just going to choose the student paced one for now. It's going to make me sign in. It's going to launch my presentation. I do not want a premium account. I don't want to pay for that. So I'm going to say no thanks. Perfect. So if you want, you can tell kids the website and have them type this in. I'm not going to do that. I think that's a little hard for my kids. I'm going to give them the link. I'm going to click here. It's copied to my clipboard. What I could do is just have it, maybe I would just put it in the chat for Zoom, or I could go to my MCPS classroom and go down to my class and make an assignment. And add a new one. Tugboat Pear Deck slides. And I can click here to access the slides. Highlight all of that, go to the link, and paste my link in there. There was nothing that they would have to submit because it would be right on the website, and press save. Oh, add a due date and save. So now when the kids come in, they're going to click on the link. It's going to open up in a new tab for them. And this is how it's going to start for them. How are you feeling today? I feel good. And this is what it's going to look like for the kids. So it's going to those tools. Start with the title. I'm going to hit the next button. I can, whoops, should be able to watch it in there. Oh, maybe not.
Welcome back to another episode of Kids
and go back to my slides. So now you'll see, here's my question. This is the one that I made as a text response. So what did you notice in the tugboat video? I noticed that tug of war changed based on who was on each side. They can put whatever they want. So there is my response. So then if I hit next, got a little information one, next, another video, more information. Here's one of those ones that's a number. So how many forces are acting on the tugboat? 2. Hit next. Which way will the tugboat move? It's going to move to the right because there's more force. This one's going to move to the left. And this one, since it's equal, it will not move. And then this last one thing I learned about forces today is I learned a force is a push or pull. So one thing that I would do if you're working with the younger kids is there isn't kind of a you're done, press submit sort of thing. So you can see I can no longer move through the slideshow since this is the last slide. One thing that I would probably do is make one more slide at the end that says you're done with your assignment. So they know that they're done with it and they're not worried about turning it in or anything like that.